In the criminal justice system, the people,
pimps, addicts, thieves, bums, winos, girls who can't keep an address, and men who don't care,
are represented by two separate yet equally important groups.
A cop, a flatfoot, a bull, a dick, John Law, you're the fuzz, the heat, you're poison, you're trouble, you're bad news.
These are their stories.
It's amazing, but it's happened. Louisiana reclassifying drugs used in abortions as controlled, dangerous substances. Louisiana lawmakers have added 2 drugs commonly used in pregnancy and reproductive health to the state's list of controlled dangerous substances. This is a move that has alarmed doctors in Louisiana. Mifepristone and misoprostol have many clinical uses, and one that's approved by the FDA is to take the pills to induce an abortion at up to 10 weeks of gestation. Well, the bill that moved through Louisiana legislature this spring lists both medications as Schedule 4 drugs. Under the state's Uniform Controlled Dangerous Substances law, that creates penalties of up to 10 years in prison for anyone caught with the drugs without a valid prescription. The governor, Jeff Landry, a Republican, signed that bill into law in May. It takes effect October 1st. The new law is the latest by anti-abortion advocates trying to control access to abortion medications in states that already have near-total abortion bans, like Louisiana, right? The law is the first of its kind. It opens up a new front in this state-by-state battle over reproductive medicine. And reproductive rights are threatened in so many states. I mean, there are all kinds of laws regulating medication, and these laws are going to continue to come out. After the Dobbs decision, there is now real open season in so many states on women's reproductive choices and women's choices as to what they want to do with their own body. It's not surprising that states are trying everything they can to try to restrict these drugs, said Daniel Grossman, who's an OBGYN and reproductive health researcher at UC San Francisco. But this is a novel approach, he said. Before the Louisiana bill passed, more than 250 OBGYNs and emergency internal medicine physicians from across the state signed a letter. They argue that the move could threaten women's health by delaying life-saving care. And still, the legislature passed this bill. It's really just jaw-dropping, said a New Orleans OBGYN who signed that letter. Almost a day doesn't go by that I don't utilize one or both of these medications. Mifepristone and misoprostol are routinely used to treat miscarriages, stop obstetric hemorrhaging, induce labor, prepare the cervix for a range of procedures inside the uterus, like an IUD, taking a biopsy of the uterine lining. This is a brutal, brutal chapter in this post-Roe world. Meantime, a major ransomware attacker has been taken down. This is someone who was behind the ransomware attacks on American hospitals. This guy carried out cyber crimes for a North Korean military intelligence agency.
What?
He's been indicted in a conspiracy to hack American healthcare providers, also NASA, military bases, and other international entities. Federal prosecutors making this announcement. This guy, Rim Yong-hyuk, was indicted by a grand jury in Kansas City. He's accused of using money launderers to cash out the illicit proceeds, which he then allegedly used to buy computer servers and fund more cyber attacks on defense technology and government entities around the world. The hack on American hospitals and other healthcare providers disrupted the treatment of patients. He's accused of attacks on a total of 17 different entities in 11 states. Also, NASA and military bases and defense and energy companies in China, Taiwan, and South Korea. They gained access for more than 3 months to NASA's systems. They got over 17 gigabytes of unclassified data, according to the indictment. They were also able to gain access to computer systems for defense companies in places like Michigan and California. Wow. Huge arrest and indictment in that ransomware case. And finally, the insanely over-the-top wedding that went down in India. Mukesh Ambani, is that how he says his name, Albert? Ambani? Mukesh Ambani's wealth will be needed to pay for a $600 million wedding. This should really be in That's Rich. But here's the really cool footnote to this. There they are. Mom and dad and the youngest son. The wedding of Mukesh Ambani's youngest son to a pharmaceutical heir cost a reported $600 million. And the billionaire's wealth needed to pay that $600 million and that over-the-top wedding. That wealth really never an issue because the billionaire made enough money on Wednesday of this week, yesterday, to pay the entire $600 million.
What?
This was the one with they had Justin Bieber come out. They flew him in to perform.
This is insane. According to Bloomberg's tracker of billionaires, Ambani's wealth grew by $495 million to $113 billion. What made Ambani stand out was that he was the only one of the top 20 billionaires to see their wealth rise in what was a brutal day for the mega elite. Because you remember yesterday, the S&P had a rough day, stock market had a rough day, but Mukesh Ambani, the father of the son who just enjoyed this over-the-top wedding that Albert described, he can pay that $600 million bill with just 1 day's profit on his money. And that, my friends, is Law and Disorder.
Tune in again next time for more Law and Disorder on The Mark Thompson Show.
All right, that's it. Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.